Oh, yeah, yo, guys. Well, I'm back again. I'm back in the building. I'm here to answer the remaining questions I have from my loyal fans. So I have two questions from NickGoo32. Which is your favorite WrestleMania of all time? Now, I'm going to probably get some heat from you guys, because we all know 17's awesome, but it's not my favorite. My favorite WrestleMania of all time is probably WrestleMania 4. Why, you ask? Because, well, even though it was centered around a King of the Ring theme, the matches were damn awesome. It had the most matches, and you started off with a Battle Royal. I mean, they do that now, but you have to get that on DVDs. Like, that was actually on the card, so that was awesome. And you had Bad News Brown, like, actually doing something in there. And it gave Randy Savage the title, something that he probably did. And he wasn't even going to get that. It was because the Honky Tonk Man didn't want to lose the IC title to him. So there, I mean, that's why it's my favorite. He had action all around. And he has two more. When do you think Mr. Kennedy will cash in the Money in the Bank, and do you think that when Triple H comes back he should be in DX, or should one of them go to SmackDown? Well, Nick Goo, about Mr. Kennedy, well, he's obviously never going to cash in the bank in because he is injured, and now Edge is Mr. Money in the Bank, so never. And it's a shame for Mr. Kennedy. He had all the momentum going to... He was going to actually win the title tonight at the SmackDown tapings. Now we have to sit through another 6 months of Batista. Injury bugs hitting that WWE hard, guys. Not cool. And his question on Triple H. I think Triple H should not go to DX, go to SmackDown, because he doesn't want to work Tuesday. I think he's going to stay on Raw and either feud with Michaels or Edge single-handedly. I don't know. I mean, he's never going to get off Raw, and neither is Michaels going to go to SmackDown either. They're going to both be on Raw. So, but I don't think they should come back as DX as much as Triple H thinks he should be in DX when he comes back around the summertime and feud with Rated RKO, which won't work since they're each other. But yeah, so thanks for those, NickGoo32. And my next set of questions are Amen Forever. Sorry about the mispronouncing there. He has two questions. One, your favorite big man. My favorite big man of all time is Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow was the best big man. Why? For a big man, he could move, he could fly, he could even do a moonsault. Or one of my favorite high-flying moves. But come on, Bam Bam was awesome. We truly miss Bam Bam. I don't think there's ever going to be a big man as agile as him again. And he was a cool-looking dude with the tats on his head. But Bam Bam was talented. Didn't like his original run in the WWF, but loved his heel run from 93 to 96, I believe. So that's my thought on him. And he was an ECW champion. He was a real ECW champion. He finally won a title. So that's why Bigelow is my favorite big man. And who would you put in the Hall of Fame between Owen Hart or the British Bulldog? You see, I would put both of them in this year, but I would put the Bulldog in with the Dynamite Kid and as the British Bulldogs. I mean, everyone knows Owen Hart belongs in that Hall of Fame, because Owen Hart busted his ass in the ring and did anything for the company. He even did the stupid little stunt that put him to his tragic end, his life to a tragic end, because Vince. So he was all about this business and belongs in there. I mean, everyone knows that. And the Bulldogs belong in there, because every year they put a tag team in the Hall of Fame. I think they for sure should put the Bulldogs in next year. I don't think they will, but they should. So, thanks for those, Amen Forever. Check out his vids, guys. They're awesome. And from Pearson101, has three very good questions. How do you think the WWF would have been different if Austin had won the title when the WWF title when he was scheduled to at Fatal 4-Way 97? If Stone Cold Steve Austin had won the title at Fatal 4-Way 97, probably three things would have happened. One, no Montreal Screwjob would have never happened, and the WWF may have never recovered from WWE pounding them in the ratings. Two, we'd have no Mr. McMahon versus Austin awesome feud that went on for like years, like 5-year feud. Like we never will see that ever again. And three, we would never had his great matches with The Rock. The Rock would have never been a superstar really without Austin. I mean, he was getting there with Shamrock. He was being himself. He was a good character, but I don't think he would have been where he was without Stone Cold Steve Austin. Rock could probably still a mid-carder. So without that, if Austin won the title, we never had that, and the WWF could be out of business. You never know. We could be watching WCW Raw or WCW Nitro. Still. His second question is, what was the best WCW pay-per-view and why? And the same for the real ECW. The best WCW pay-per-view ever was WCW Starrcade 97. Because build-up, it was the last great pay-per-view pretty much for WCW. And it gave us the match the whole wrestling world wanted to see. It gave us Sting versus Hogan for the title. And we had Bret Hart's like major debut. So that's why. And for ECW, the best pay-per-view would probably be their first one. I think it was Barely Legal. Correct me if I'm wrong. For some reason I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Barely Legal. And it was the best because of all, it got ECW started. If ECW had like had a crappy pay-per-view, they would have been done in like 97. So that's why. And the matches were awesome. It was a great card. We had Terry Funk win the title. Something he deserved. Something he probably didn't even want to do, but they just put it on him because he deserved it and worked hard and busted his ass. So that's why. I think that. And question 3, who was the worst NWA champion? As we discussed on MSN, that I don't really know much from the old NWA. I think they should put the title, I should change this around and make it the AWA. The worst AWA champion ever is Stan the Man Hansen. Because it comes down to him and Rick Martel, but Rick Martel actually had talent, and he just wasn't world title material. But Stan the Man Hansen was because he was just like a JBL, but of the 80s, and he could have made more money in Japan. So those are my thoughts on that. Thanks for those 3, Pearson 101. Obviously check out his vids. I wish you'd been on MSN soon, and put some new vids up soon. Lencho Rocks has the next set of questions. Who's going to be the next WWE Champion? I already told you this earlier. It's going to be Edge, because Edge has the right gimmick, the right moves, everything. Edge is probably going to be the next champion. I mean, again, I think he'd time, yeah. So, whatever. And the last questions are from Dante Savage. Do you think Edge can ever become wrestling's next bona fide star, and who's your favorite ECW champion? Yes, I think Edge can be the champion. He has the right heel mentality, the actual wrestling ability. He has everything. He's probably the best guy suited for being the next superstar. And my favorite ECW champion is Shane Douglas, because Shane Douglas, first of all, made ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling with the night the line was crossed, and it proved that he could wrestle and be a champion, like a true World Heavyweight Champion, and ECW gave him that chance. I mean, he never would have got that with WWF or WCW. So it's Shane Douglas. I mean, I was tough with that. Taz got launched and he's still around because of that, but Douglas, because Douglas was awesome. And hell, even Douglas put Taz over to be champion. So that's my Down and Dirty with the Dirty White Boy vid. I'll have to watch Raw, and you'll see my review pretty soon. So peace.